The forbidden thrill. When boundaries start to blur, there's something particularly intoxicating about crossing lines you know you shouldn't cross. This explains why some married women walk the dangerous line between innocent interaction and emotional infidelity. The thrill that comes with forbidden territory acts like a secret well they can dip into whenever life feels too predictable. Marriage, for all its benefits, often becomes routine. The excitement of dating transforms into the predictability of daily life. The nervous butterflies and passionate beginnings eventually settle into comfortable familiarity, like a favorite sweater that keeps you warm, but no longer makes your heart race. This predictability creates safety, but kills excitement. And some people crave that excitement more than they value stability. When marriage feels mundane, attention from someone new creates an adrenaline rush that's hard to resist. The contrast becomes stark. At home, you're discussing household responsibilities. With someone new, you're mysterious and desirable again. This feeling can become addictive. Consider Sarah, whose innocent work friendship with a colleague began with professional discussions. Over months, their conversations shifted from project deadlines to personal struggles, from casual coffee breaks to private text messages that made her smile in ways her husband hadn't triggered in years. Neither intended to cross boundaries, yet both found themselves gradually constructing an intimate connection that existed in the shadows of their primary relationships. Flirting and pushing boundaries creates excitement. Missing in established relationships. Each boundary crossed delivers a shot of adrenaline. The suggestive text, the private joke, the lingering conversation. These interactions appear harmless. We're just talking, but they follow a progression. Casual comments evolve into personal conversations. Work discussions transform into sharing frustrations about your spouse. Friendly support becomes emotional intimacy. Social media has dramatically changed this landscape, creating endless opportunities for seeking forbidden thrills. These platforms allow for constant private connection that would have been impossible 20 years ago. This behavior is particularly dangerous because it happens in small increments. As one relationship expert describes it, it creates one tiny crack at a time in the foundation of trust. The cumulative effect is devastating. The psychology behind these forbidden interactions is straightforward. When something is prohibited, it gains value. The secrecy creates anticipation. The risk generates adrenaline. The brain releases dopamine, creating a psychological high that can become compulsive. The line between healthy friendship and dangerous boundary crossing gets crossed when secrecy enters, when conversations are hidden, when interactions with others become more anticipated than time with your spouse, when intimate thoughts are shared that you withhold from your partner. Many women seeking this forbidden thrill have no intention of divorcing their husbands. They want both the stability of marriage and the excitement of new connection, like trying to stand in two boats simultaneously. This makes the pattern particularly difficult to address. For men wanting to protect themselves and their relationships, recognizing these patterns early is essential. Learning to spot warning signals allows you to the warning signs. Recognizing when your partner is looking elsewhere. Spotting the warning signs early can save you months of confusion and pain. While every relationship is different, attention-seeking behaviors tend to follow predictable patterns. When a partner begins looking outside the marriage for validation, certain changes almost always appear. The challenge lies in separating normal social interactions from problematic patterns. Having friends, enjoying conversations with others, and maintaining separate interests are all healthy parts of any marriage. The difference between healthy behavior and warning signs isn't about the activities themselves, but about the patterns, changes, and intensity behind them. The first major warning sign is a sudden, excessive need for validation and compliments. If your partner suddenly requires constant reassurance about her appearance or accomplishments, something has shifted. You might notice her fishing for compliments more frequently or seeming disappointed when you don't provide the exact validation she's seeking. This need for approval extends beyond you to others in her life, manifesting in increased selfie posting or highlighting compliments from coworkers. Building on this pattern, watch for defensiveness when questioned about certain interactions. If you ask something simple like "Who were you texting just now?" and receive a response like "Why are you always checking up on me? Don't you trust me at all?" this evasiveness signals trouble. Normal conversations shouldn't trigger defensive reactions unless there's something to hide. A partner with nothing to conceal typically answers questions about their day or conversations without feeling attacked. Similarly, observe energy shifts, where she becomes more engaged with others while growing less present at home. You might witness her barely participating in dinner conversation with you, then transforming into the life of the party when certain friends arrive. Watch for differences in how she interacts with you versus others. Is her laughter more genuine with them? Does she share stories more freely with others while offering you only functional conversation? Connected to these shifts is increased secrecy around communications and new friendships. This includes hiding her phone, deleting messages, or being vague about her contacts. You might notice her suddenly password-protecting devices, turning her phone face down, or stepping outside to take calls. When you ask about a new friend, she might respond with minimal details. Just someone from work, without elaborating on how they met or what they discuss. These warning signs typically appear as a constellation rather than in isolation. The real indicator of a problem is the pattern, multiple signs appearing together and increasing in frequency over time. For men who follow Stoic principles, recognizing these patterns allows for early intervention without emotional overreaction. Rather than making accusations, address underlying issues directly. What's causing this need for external validation? What's missing in the relationship? When these warning signs appear, you face a critical choice. Address them directly or ignore them, hoping they'll disappear. Unfortunately, unaddressed warning signs typically escalate into more serious boundary violations that can permanently damage trust and intimacy.